Okay, very good morning, all of you. Just quickly give me confirmation. You are able to hear me properly? Are the presentation also visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so very good morning. Today now we'll take next operator, that is relational operator. Okay, now relational operators, what the criterias are, what data types it can operate on, all that I'll tell you. Its associativity, precedence, everything. Okay, so first of all, remember, all relational operators are binary operator. Getting? They are all binary operators, meaning these operators can operate on two operands. Means they are supposed to be operated only on two operands. So therefore they are binary. So all the relational operators are binary. Okay? And they are for checking the relation between the two operands. That's the reason they are called as relational or comparison. Get it? So checks relation between two operands. Getting? So the relation like whether one operand is less than the second, or whether one first operand is less than equal to, or greater than equal, whatever. So it is just going to check what? The relation which exhibits between the two operands. Right? So always remember, it's a binary operator. It is used for checking the relation between the two operands. Right? Next, always remember, returns a Boolean result. Result of this operator is always Boolean. The result is always Boolean. Correct? Always, remember. Whenever you will do this relational operation, your result has to be true or false. Not like C. In C it is 0 or 1. Here it is strictly Boolean data type. The result is always Boolean. And next, always remember, operands are non-Boolean primitive. Getting? Means all the operators which I'm going to tell you in this relational category, the operands are strictly non-Boolean primitives. Means you cannot check the relation between Boolean data type. Getting? All other primitives allowed. Means you can check the relation between an integer or a float or a byte or a double, long, character. Between them you can check the relation, but not between Boolean. Getting? Like this. If you are trying to write true, greater than or less than false, okay, is illegal operation. It is illegal according to Java. Why? Because Java says you can check the relation only between non-Boolean primitives, that too. Non-Boolean primitives. Reference also not allowed. Like if you are trying to check like this, double quote Ram less than double quote Sita, it is illegal. Why? Because they are objects. Double quote Ram is a string object. So they are reference variable. So between the reference variable, you cannot do such relation. Or between Boolean also such relation cannot be set. Only between non-Boolean primitives. Agreed, guys? Okay? I hope you are understanding what I am trying to tell you. Then, precedence is greater than arithmetic, but less than assignment. Getting? Precedence is greater than arithmetic, but less than assignment. Meaning, suppose I am writing A equal to 3 plus 4 greater than 8 by 2. Getting, guys? So in this, first arithmetic will be done. 3 plus 4, 8 by 2. So arithmetic is performed first. Getting? Precedence is, I told the opposite, very sorry for that. very sorry, precedence is less than arithmetic and greater than assignment. Like this I was supposed to tell. ठीक है, तो precedence is relational operators, precedence is less than arithmetic but more than assignment. So here what will be done first, and that's what I was telling properly, but here I told wrong. So 3 plus 4 is done first, 8 by 2 is done next. So 3 plus 4, 8 by 2. So arithmetic is done first, then the relational is done, and then assignment. So in short, can you see who is having more precedence? Arithmetic, getting, then relational, and then assignment. Okay, so I hope it is clear to you. Who all come under this category? So greater than A, greater than B, greater than equal to, less than equal to, and less than and less than equal to. Only these 4 operators are relational operators, my dear students, remember. Because in some languages, equality inequality is also considered in comparison operator. Java keeps these 2 operators separately. Java doesn't take these 2 operators in relational operators category. Okay guys, just remember, in relational category only these 4 are there. These 2 will be considered separately as equality inequality operator. We will be talking about that separately. Okay? So in relational operator only these are there. Okay, and last point you have to remember, all relational operators are non-associative. Getting? Non-associative meaning you cannot perform more than one relational at a time. This is illegal. See, A greater than B less than C is wrong. Or you are writing A greater than B greater than C, which is 100% valid in other languages like Python. In Python it is 100% valid. In C it is 100% valid. Java will generate an error. You understanding guys? This is not at all allowed. So this is not allowed. Why? Because it is non-associative. As this is not allowed, associativity is only not going to take place. Why it is? Because see here guys, A and B, after comparison the result will come Boolean. Do you agree with me? After the comparison is done, the result will be Boolean, and afterwards when it goes for the second operation, C may not be Boolean. Can it be integer also? Do you agree guys? So when we do the comparison of A and B and the answer come Boolean, and when we go to do this comparison, it is incompatible type. Maybe C is integer, but the result of this is Boolean. So can you do comparison between Boolean and integer? Is it legal? See here, it is already stated, sorry, here, it is already stated operands are strictly non-Boolean primitives. So can we do comparison between one Boolean and one integer? What do you say guys? Or if you want, here I'll put 45 less than true. Is it legal? No, it is an illegal operation. You can do comparison only between whom? Non-Boolean primitives. Means if I do comparison between 45 less than 4.5, is it legal? Yes or no? Clear? So I hope you got it. So why it is not allowing, why it is non-associative? I hope you are understanding. That is, suppose it is associative. So it will do first A greater than B. The result is going to be, here already I stated, the result is always Boolean. So this much part will give you Boolean answer. But C may not be Boolean. C may be integer. Can you do comparison between Boolean and integer? What do you say guys? Can you do comparison between Boolean and integer? No. According to the language, the comparison, that is the relation, can be only between whom? Non-Boolean primitives. Okay, and the last point, just remember, before comparison appropriate binary promotions are applied. Getting? Appropriate binary promotions are applied. Binary promotions means both the operands are brought to the nearest data type. See here guys, if A and B you are comparing, and if A is byte and B is character, tell me, will it directly do comparison between byte and character, or will it promote it to the nearest data type, that is integer? So it is going to promote both of them to integer and then do the comparison. The same arithmetic table, you remember, no? So when none of them is, tell me, byte and character. So when none of them is long, float or double, then the promoted value will be integer. So this is integer, and then comparison. Okay. Anyway, like if one is float, tell me, and another is byte also, then also both will be promoted to, this is already float. You should remember the possible results are only 4, either int or long or float or double. Getting? So irrespective, if you are comparing a byte with a byte, then also tell me, will they first be promoted? Will there be appropriate binary promotion done? Binary promotion means both the operands are promoted to the nearest data type. You understanding? Like it won't be like this. Like if one is already byte and another is long, so it won't keep long as long only and this it will make it as integer. No, it will make that byte also as long. That is binary promotion certain. Both the operands, the promotion is done on both the operand. Okay? So if one is byte and another is char, then also promotion is done on both. Byte converted to integer, char converted to integer, and then it will do the comparison. Okay, so I hope if all the points are clear to you guys. Yes or no? So can anyone quickly recall it? Okay, let's see. You people will quickly recall. Just keep answering what I'm asking you. Okay, first tell me who come under relational operator category.
Binary operators.
No, first tell me, I am shuffling the questions, that's the reason. Purposely I am shuffling to make it clear. Who all come under who all come under relational operators? Which operators are relational operators?
Less than, greater than.
Yes, exactly. Less than, greater than, less than equal, greater than equal. Please remember only these 4 operators. Equality, inequality doesn't come under relational operators category. Okay? Then tell me, are they binary operators? Yes, they are binary operator. Binary operator means they are going to operate on 2 operands. Clear? Please don't try to use 2 devices. Getting? It gets, the voice is echoed. Okay? So, please don't use 2 devices. Just try to log in on 1 device only. Coming back. So, relational operator is binary operator. Right? Less than equal, greater than equal. They only come under this category. Double equal, not equal is a equality, inequality that is treated separately by Java. Okay? Then tell me what is the precedence of it? Meaning, is it having more precedence than arithmetic or less precedence than arithmetic? Less. And more than assignment. Okay? So quickly we will just recall here. First of all, I told you these all relational operators are binary operator. Point 1. Second, do they check the relation between the two operand? Relation checking means whether one is less than other or greater than other. The result of all these relational operators is always Boolean. Okay, but this operator will operate on non-Boolean data types, non-Boolean primitive data type. So see here, both are Boolean, not allowed. Both are reference, not allowed. One primitive, one Boolean, not allowed. Both primitive, but both which primitive? Non-Boolean primitive, allowed. Getting? Then I said precedence, less than arithmetic and more than assignment. These are only the 4 operators coming in this category. It is non-associative. Non-associative, why? Because you cannot do such chain operation. Can we perform some chain operation on relational operators? Chaining, like A greater than B greater than C? No, it will be incompatibility in the data type, guys. If it is A greater than B, the result is Boolean, and C may be primitive also, that is integer. Can you do comparison between Boolean and integer now? No. You're getting? It is wrong. And before doing the comparison, appropriate binary promotions are applied. Like you're comparing byte with a character. So byte will be integer, char will be integer, and then it will do the comparison. Okay? Okay? I hope it is clear. Let's quickly move on. See here. So in the relational operator, these 4 come. A less than B, A less than equal to B, A greater than B, and A greater than equal to B. Right? So will it return true if A is less than B? Yes. Here it will return true if A is less than equal to B, otherwise false. If A is greater than B, true, otherwise false. And if A is greater than or equal to B, true, otherwise false. Okay? And A and B should represent numeric expression. So numeric expression meaning only what I said, non-Boolean primitives, because except Boolean, all other are numeric value. Let it be character. Character is also internally a Unicode. It's a numeric 2-byte numeric value. Only it is unsigned numeric. Getting? So A and B are supposed to be strictly numeric. Means can it be between 2 references, between 2 objects? No. Can it be between 2 booleans? No. Can it be between 1 boolean and 1 numeric? No. Strictly numeric. Okay? Then, note point you remember. All relational operators are binary. Means they are going to operate on 2 operands. The rule is clear. Their operands are strictly numeric. Meaning, can anyone tell me in other words? Their operands are numeric.
Primitive.
Yes, very good. See here, those who consistently attend and those who consistently follow me, they will excel in their life. Don't worry, you will get very good opportunities in software. And if you don't get, contact me. I'll give you availability. Getting? But you attend. If you attend it regularly, sincerely, your concepts will be clear. That is my guarantee. Third point, binary numeric promotions are applied. Getting? So I told you, if you are comparing between a byte and a character, will it directly compare it or first will it convert that byte to integer? The nearest promoted is integer. I hope you remember the widening rule. You remember the widening rule. Byte promoted to short, short promoted to int, char promoted to int promoted to long, long promoted to double, and double promoted to, float, and float promoted to double. So char is also promoted to integer. And then it will do the comparison. Getting? So that points are clear. And the result is always Boolean. Right? Okay? And about the precedence I told, relational operators have lower precedence than arithmetic and higher than assignment. So all the points I have already told you. Coming to some examples, tell me here. Double R is equal to 45.5. Obviously this is a double value. Right guys? Now you are checking whether R is greater than equal to 35.5. So is 45.5 greater than equal to 35.0? Yes, therefore the result is true. True is stored in overtime. Overtime is a Boolean variable. Getting? Only tell me here, guys, is there any binary numeric promotions needed in this example? No. Why no? Because ours is already double. 35.0 is already double. It is double, huh? Remember guys, it's not float, it is double. When you attach f to it, when you suffix f, then only it is float. Otherwise it is double. So already both are double, and double is a promoted value. You know it. No need of promotion. The answer is true. Tell me about this. You are comparing one character with another character. Character comparison is legal because it's going to consider its Unicode. So capital A is 65, small a is 97. Is 65 less than 97?
Yes.
Yes, and therefore the answer is true. Okay, the answer is true, but tell me, are binary promotions applied? Single quote A, is it character? No? No? Think again. Think and then tell me, guys.
Yes.
Yes.
Because single quote A is character. Single quote small a is character. It is a character data type, and therefore before comparison that character is promoted to integer, and then the comparison is done. Answer, no doubt it is true, but before doing the comparison, are the promotions done? Yes, the answer is true, and binary numeric promotions are applied. Agreed? Is it clear to you? And about this point,
Yes, sir.
which I already, about this point I have told you that relational operators are non-associative. Means can we apply such chain rule which we do it in mathematics? In maths many times we write such chain rule, A less than B, B less than C. It implies A is less than C. This type of chain rule is 100% legal in language like Python, R programming. These languages allow. But Java doesn't allow such type of chain rule. In C it is allowed, but it doesn't behave like mathematics. In C it is legal, but the results may be unpredicted. Okay. So remember, in Java, first of all, it is not allowed only. Getting? So why they might have not allowed such thing? Because there will be an incompatibility between the data type. If they allow it, so tell me A less than B, what will be the result of it? Result means I'm not asking true or false, the data type.
Boolean.
Boolean.
Boolean. And C may be any non-primitive, non-Boolean primitive. So this is Boolean and this may be integer or float. So can you do comparison between one Boolean and one non-Boolean? Not allowed. Already I have told you. Getting? So must be written using these relational operators and logical. Such thing if you want, they say you have to split it and join it. Like you want A less than B less than C. So you have to write it like this. A less than B and B less than C. Means you have to use logical conditional operator. This connectors, logical connectors you have to use and then join it. Directly it is not possible. Okay? See here. Now this is one example. Tell me, is it illegal here? If I write A less than equal to B less than
Yes.
equal to C. Why it comes illegal? Because think that if it is legal, think like that, if it is legal, then the associativity will be left to right. So when it will do left to right, tell me what will be the result of A less than equal to B? In this context true, but Boolean. It will be Boolean. And what is C? C is what? Integer. So can we do comparison between Boolean and integer? Not at all allowed. They have said the comparison can be done only between non-Boolean primitives. That too primitive means reference also not allowed. Can I do like this now? Can I join it with a logical operator?
Yes.
Okay? I hope it is clear to you. Okay. Now let's move on to the next one quickly. So till here, Hope it is everything fine. Coming to the next one, that is equality inequality. Now guys, remember we are going to learn this equality inequality 2 times now. This is to be discussed twice. Now we are discussing for primitive data type. Later we'll be discussing for reference data type also. That is only the speciality between these two. And that's the reason these two operators are not considered in relational category. Why we have not taken these two operators in relational operators category? Because the operands of these two can be primitive also and reference also. You understanding guys? Please make it clear. First tell me, if I do A less than B, can A and B be reference? True or false? A and B are reference variable. Is it false? Getting? But if I apply it on equality inequality, so can A and B be reference also? Yes. And that's the reason this operator is kept it in a separate category. It's kept in a separate category. Why? Because here A and B can be primitive also and A and B can be reference also. But now in this context when we are learning, it is primitive. Okay, so see here, first we are going to talk about this equality inequality. Remember, first, it is also a binary operator. It is a binary operator, understand guys. Second, result is always Boolean. Getting? Result is always Boolean. It is a binary operator because it's going to operate on 2 operand, right? And this operator is having associativity. Getting? But see here, operands are supposed to be both Boolean or both non-Boolean primitive. Okay? Meaning you can do the equality inequality between Boolean, but both should be Boolean or both should be non-Boolean primitive. You understanding? See here, 4.5 double equal to 6, legal. Is it legal? Yes, because both non-Boolean primitive. Okay, I am writing true double equal to false, allowed, both Boolean. But if I am comparing like this, 4.5 double equal to true, it is not allowed. Getting? Not allowed, or it is illegal. So only what you have to remember, either both are Boolean or both are non-Boolean primitives. Both are Boolean or both are non-Boolean primitives, but one non-Boolean primitive and one Boolean primitive is not allowed. Okay? And here also the precedence, if you consider, okay, so precedence less than arithmetic and greater than assignment. Same rule. Like A equal to 4 plus 5 double equal to 9 into 1 if I have written. So first what will be done? Arithmetic, then equality, and then the result is stored in A. So first arithmetic, then this equality inequality, and then the assignment. Okay? And the next important point you have to remember, this operator is having associativity. It is not like a relational operator. Is relational operator illegal? A less than B less than C. Is such thing legal or illegal, guys? It is illegal because I told you for relational associativity is not there. But for equality, inequality, it is having associativity. Getting? So associativity is from left to right, like this. A double equal to B double equal to C is legal, huh? You understanding, guys? But now some may say that the same problem which was coming for relational may arise here also. Yes, if there is an incompatible data type, it will give an error. Like A and B. Okay? After comparison, you'll get Boolean. And they say if C data type is Boolean, it is 100% legal. A and B you have compared and the answer come Boolean, and C is already Boolean. Then you can do the comparison between Boolean and Boolean, and therefore it is legal. You understanding, guys? Okay? But why in case of relational it was not allowed? Because relational operators you cannot do it on Boolean. It was supposed to be only on non-Boolean primitive. Here it is allowed to do the comparison between whom also? Boolean also. Comparison between, equality between comparison or inequality between Boolean and non-Boolean. Both allowed. Okay, the point you have to remember. And here also appropriate promotions are done. Okay, binary promotions are applied. Right, guys? Okay, to that point I am not writing. Binary promotions are applied. Appropriate binary promotions. Okay? So what you'll remember about this? Quickly, can anyone tell me? Fastly. Main points you have to remember. First tell me, is it a binary operator? Yes or no? Quickly you tell me.
Yes.
Yes. Clear? Loudly. See, someone first told how loud voice you should have that way. Loudly you should speak out. Correct? Now today is Sunday, so you should be able to answer it loudly. Normal weekdays you are already tired with so many other hectic schedule. So now today it's a morning fresh day, you should answer it loudly. Getting? So point 1 I told, it is binary operator. 1. Second, result is always Boolean. True or false?
Boolean.
Yes, the result is Boolean. Third, tell me, operands can be all primitives, all types of primitives. Can the operands be all primitives?
Yes.
Yes, only the criteria is either both should be.
Boolean or non-Boolean primitive.
Yes, very good. See, very good. Both should be Boolean or both should be non-Boolean primitives. Cross cannot be done. One primitive, one Boolean, one non-Boolean, not allowed. Okay? Done. And the associativity is there. Precedence less than greater than assignment and less than arithmetic. That is same. But it is having associativity. Relational operators don't have associativity. Equality, inequality is having associativity. And in this context, when we are learning now, our operands are primitive. But this operator can also be applied on, can anyone tell me? These operators can also be applied. Yes, very good. And that we are going to learn it separately in the next slide. Okay? So quickly we'll discuss. And I don't have to tell you what is the meaning of equality. Will it just check whether both the operands are same? Yes or no?
Yes.
Delhi, it is just going to check whether both the operands are same. So if both the operands are same, the result is true. Otherwise false. And here it will check whether both the operands are different. If both are different, then true. Otherwise false. Okay? See here. So equality, inequality. So A double equal to B. So A and B are equal. Getting? So that is they have the same primitive value. Same primitive value. Okay? Same primitive means either both Boolean or both non-Boolean. So appropriate promotions are done, you know it. And A and B are not equal. Means they don't have same primitive value. Here remember, A and B represent operands of primitive data type. I have not written operands of numeric data type, which I wrote in the previous slide. In the previous slide I told A and B should be numeric. Here not numeric, here it is primitive. Getting? Okay, and then if it is a non-Boolean primitive, then are the appropriate promotions applied? Yes, indeed. So binary numeric promotion are applied for non-Boolean operand. Okay, so quickly coming to some one or two examples. See here, integer year equal to 2002. I'm checking this. In this first, tell me, is equality done first or this arithmetic modulo operator?
Arithmetic.
Arithmetic. So according to the rule, arithmetic is having more precedence than equality and more than assignment. So first arithmetic, then equality, and then assignment. Okay? So will it divide year by 2 and give you the remainder of it? Yes or no? Year modulo
Yes.
2. So it's going to return you the remainder. Obviously the remainder is 0. And now will it compare 0 with 0? The remainder is 0 because this is an even number and you're dividing by 2. Is it divisible by 2? Yes, the answer is 0. 0 equal to 0. Is 0 equal to 0? Yes, and therefore the answer comes true and it stores in easy1 true. But tell me in this, were there any promotions applied? Promotions were needed or no?
No.
No, because the answer is integer and this is already integer. Both are already promoted value. No need of promotions. In this context, tell me, you are comparing character 1 with integer 1. This is character 1 and this is integer 1. Are the binary promotions applied, guys?
Yes.
Yes, and it is character 1. Therefore, its value is going to be 49. Because character 0, its Unicode is 48. So obviously 1 Unicode is 49. Now 49 compared with 1, the answer is false. Getting? So answer is obviously false. But for doing that comparison, were the promotions applied? Binary numeric promotion. Yes, because this is character and this is integer. So will it promote first character to integer? Yes, the answer will be 49. And then it will compare 49 with 1, which is false, that is getting stored in compare. Agreed? And tell me, this comparison, is it legal? The result of compare is false. Then you are checking false equal to false. Is false equal to false?
Yes.
Therefore, the answer is true and the result is true. Is this comparison legal between Boolean and Boolean? What is the data type of compare? Boolean. And false is Boolean. Boolean and Boolean is allowed, no? I told you. Primitive data types allowed. But in that, either both should be Boolean or either both should be non-Boolean. Non-Boolean means numeric type. And if it is non-Boolean, then appropriate promotions are done. Here the question of promotion doesn't arise. Okay? Tell me guys, A, B, C. Can we do multiple assignment like this? A equal to B equal to C equal to phi. Right to left associativity. Phi stored in C stored in B stored in A. All three will become phi. Tell me, here. Can anyone tell me why it is illegal? Why I have stated it as illegal? Whereas, while explaining few minutes back, I told this operator is having associativity. It is not like relational. Please don't conclude from this as the answer. Here I have written illegal. From this, please don't conclude that equality, inequality are also non-associative like relational operator. Is it like that? Are equality, inequality also non-associative like relational operator? No. Clear? Speak loudly. No. Means are relational operators non-associative. So same equality also non-associative. No, they are associative. But the problem why occurred? Because of mismatch in the data type. Tell me A double equal to B. What will be the answer, guys? Let it be true or false, but data type. What will be the data type of A double equal to B?
Boolean.
Boolean. And C is of what data type? Integer. So this part is Boolean and this part is integer. So can you do comparison between a non-Boolean and a Boolean? No, such equality is
No.
not there. Either they should be both Boolean or both non-Boolean. You understanding? And that is the reason it gave error. Error is not because this operator is, error is not because that this operator is non-associative. It is associative, guys. It is associative, unlike relational operator. Relational operator is not associative, but this is associative. Here only the problem happened because we went from left to right, and this comparison gave you Boolean, and this comparison gave you this variable's data type is integer, and this has given you Boolean. So Boolean and integer is incompatible. Tell me, will this be legal by attaching logical operator? A double equal to B and B double equal to C. Is it legal?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And is this legal now? Now you can think, see, the same type of operation I am doing, and now it is legal. So from this, can you conclude? From the first example and the third example, can we conclude that equality, inequality are associative, unlike
Relational
operators? They are not associative, but this is associative. Here why it worked? Can you tell me why it worked? Because the result of A double equal to B is Boolean and true is Boolean. So now you are comparing between Boolean and Boolean. Do you agree with me, guys? And that's the reason the answer come legal. Agreed? Is it or no?
Yes, sir.
Getting?
Yes, sir.
If you have doubt, please ask me. Clear? If you have doubt, please ask. Correct? If you have any queries regarding this, so it's quite simple to understand. Like A double equal to B, the answer is coming Boolean, and Boolean equality is allowed. Correct? But Boolean and non-Boolean is not allowed, therefore illegal. So conclusion, equality, inequality is associative, not like relational. They are non-associative. Okay? Now see, guys, we are seeing again the same operator. Just now we have studied these two operators only. Yes or no, guys? On the previous slide we studied these two operators. The same two operators we are studying now. Only the difference is now the operands are objects. The object reference means now in this context, here what we are learning, here the operands are A double equal to B or A not equal to B. So here A and B are objects. When we say objects, means it is a reference. According to Java, object means only reference, reference means only objects. Getting? But here strictly both should be objects only. One primitive, one object, or one, that is not allowed. Getting? So always remember, both are objects, then only allowed. These combinations are not allowed. Like you have one string and you are comparing it with a primitive, not allowed. Understanding, guys? Okay, one string and one primitive. So are they both compatible? No. This is object and this is primitive float. Illegal. You cannot do it with Boolean data type also. This is also not allowed. ठीक है? But if I'm doing it between two objects, Ram double equal to Sita, is it allowed? Yes. ठीक है? But the main thing is, what does this operator do in this context? In which context? When A and B are objects. So when A and B are objects, and on that if you are applying this operator, it will just check whether both the objects are referring to the same memory. Or you can say, are both the references referring to the same object? You understanding, guys? Okay, I'll show you pictorially. It will just check. It is not going to check the data in that object, remember. Like if this is your A is there on the stack. It is referring to some object in which some data is there. Getting? Assume it's a string object. So there is data Ram in it. There is another object, and if it is also containing the same reference, and it is also referring to the same object, and now if I compare A double equal to B, it will give true, guys. A double equal to B, it will give you true. Why? Because both the objects are referring to the same value. A is also referring to the same object and B is also referring to the same object, and therefore the answer comes true. Getting? Or no? I hope you are understanding. Okay? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And suppose if you have two objects. Now this were about string objects. Suppose it's a pizza object. Assume it's an object of class pizza. I've created here C. Pizza class is there. P equal to, or P1 equal to new pizza, and the topping type I am telling. Getting? So I am giving hot and spicy. Okay. And if I have created another pizza object with the same value passed to the constructor, then also when you will compare them, it will give you false. You are understanding, guys? Though the values of this pizza object and this pizza object are same, the memory is different. An equality operator doesn't check the value in the memory, it just checks the reference. It is something like this. This is your first pizza object. Okay? This is P1. Okay? One pizza object is created, hot and spicy, stored here. But when you created another pizza object, P2, getting? It created another pizza object with the value same, hot and spicy, but the reference is kept in P2. You understanding, guys? This object reference is in P1, this object reference is in P2. Though both the objects' internal data is same, but the reference are different. An equality operator only checks what? The reference, not the value within that reference. Suppose you want to check the value within the reference, then you have to override a method called equals. And using equal method, you have to do the comparison. This comparison is going to give you P1 double equal to P2 is going to give you false. Understanding or no? But if P2 is containing the same reference, tell me, guys, and now if I compare, it will give you true. So actually what it checks, does it check the value within the object or only the reference?
Reference.
Yes. And if the references are same, the answer is true. If the references are different, the answer is false. Same like is operator in Python. Like in Python there is is operator. Here they are doing it by equality operator only. Getting? Okay, the concept is clear to you. But when we are talking now these two operators in context of object reference, so remember both the operands are supposed to be objects only. One object and one primitive, not allowed. Both are supposed to be objects. Getting? And what does it check? I said equality checks whether both the objects are referring to the same value. And if they are referring to different memory location, the answer is true in case of not equal. Okay, see here. So the equality operator double equal and the inequality operator not equal can also be applied on object references to check whether both the objects are referring to the same memory location. Getting? Whether they denote the same object. Agreed? So A double equal to B. True if A and B both are referring to the same object. Right guys? And if they are referring to different, false. And here when they are referring to the same place, it is false. And different, then true. Okay? And strictly here A and B are supposed to be reference type. Reference type means class variables, user defined data type, not primitive. Always remember in Java, those which are not primitive, they are reference type. That's simple, na? Java has classified data type only in two categories: primitive type, non-primitive type. Or you call it as built-in, user-defined. You call it as scalar, vector, single-valued, group-valued. Getting? So always remember, object references come under user-defined data type. Quickly, you can see an example. Can you tell me first there is pizza A, pizza B and pizza C. Three objects. Assume that there is a class, we'll make an assumption that there is a class called pizza and we have created three objects of pizza class. Okay? Three objects of pizza class. A object, B object, C object. I have written in short. It is actually pizza A object, pizza B object, pizza C object. First object created of pizza class, its content is sweet and sour. Clear? And the reference is here. Right guys? Again one more object is created. Its value is also sweet and sour and its reference is kept in B. The content of both the objects are same, but they are different objects. See, separately memory is allocated guys. For this pizza object and this pizza object, separate memory, though the content is same. Sweet and sour and sweet and sour. And this is hot and spicy, third object. Okay, they are the type of toppings, you can say, toppings of the pizza. Okay. Right guys? I hope it is clear. So this is one object, another object, another object. Now you should tell me, okay, first case tell me, you are comparing one string object with a pizza object. Banner is a string object, come and get it. This is one string object and this is a pizza object. First of all, you cannot do comparison between incompatible objects. They are incompatible. Why? Banner is an object of class string and pizza A is an object of class pizza. And there is no relation between pizza class and string class. You understanding guys? There is no relation between which class and which class. A pizza class, string class and a pizza class. They are incompatible. Therefore, compile time error come. You understanding? See here, if I give you another example, a very simple example. Suppose this is class pizza. You have implemented it. You have created class burger, which is derived from pizza class. So can you tell me, burger and pizza, are they parent-child following parent-child relation? Burger is the child of pizza class. So as they are exhibiting a parent-child relation, they are compatible, and therefore that equality is legal. Burger B1 new burger and pizza P1 new pizza. And now I am comparing burger with pizza. Answer may be false, that is different case. But is it compatible? Means will it give a compile time error? Such incompatible error which was coming here. Getting? Such error will come or will not come. Please answer me, guys.
No.
No. Such error. The answer will come true or false. That is different case. Is there compile time error?
No.
No. Clear? So why there is no compile time error? Because they both are compatible. One is a burger object, another is a pizza. And do they have some compatibility between them? Yes, they have a parent-child relation, therefore allowed. But why it was here giving a compile time error only, direct compile time error? Because banner is a string object and pizza is a pizza class object. And is there any relation between pizza and string? No. Now some may say, obviously there is no relation between pizza class and a string class. But some may say, like if I derive pizza class from string class, then will it work or no? Means string class already Sun has provided. Sun has already provided a string class. And I am creating a pizza class and I am extending that pizza class from string class. Then what do you say? Then will it generate a compile time error or no? No. Okay. Why it is? Because why it doesn't generate a means they are compatible. Pizza is compatible with string. But listen guys, next point I am saying, this thing can never happen only. Means never it will be possible to create a pizza class from string class. Getting? You may say like why? Why it is not possible? Because just remember, string class is final class. And Java never allows you to create a child of a final class. When we'll come to the topic final, again I'll tell you. But remember, Java has given class string, no doubt. Getting? Final class string. This is Sun provided class. Remember, Sun has already developed one class string. They have developed it in that there is 2 upper, 2 lower, is upper. All functions are implemented. But this class which Sun has provided, this is not our created, it is Sun provided class. It is final. And Java says whenever class is final, its inheritance is halted. The childs cannot be created from this class. Everything real life relation. Getting? So whenever the class is final, from that class what cannot be created? A child class. You are understanding or no? Keep that point in mind that never you can create a child of which class? Final class. Java says that I have provided you with one class string. If you want, you use it as it is. You cannot do changes in it. And if you want to do change, you have to derive it. No? You have to extend it. Getting? So unless and until you do extending, you cannot make redefinition. No? So is it illegal in this case? Pizza extending string?
Yes.
Because string is always
Final class.
string which is provided by Java, it is always final. And final classes can never be inherited. Inherited means you cannot create a child of a which class? Final class. We'll talk more on it when we'll come to keyword final. At this moment, just tell me this is why giving error, because they were incompatible. Now quickly tell me, pizza A double equal to pizza B. Why false? That is clear. Though the values are same, still why false?
They are having different reference.
They are having different reference. An equality operator doesn't check the value of the object. Does it check the value or does it check the reference? It checks only the reference. And A object and B object reference is different. Though the value is same, the references are different, my dear student. And therefore, the answer is false. And here, though obviously, the reference is also different and the value is also different. About value, the question doesn't arise, but reference is also different and value is also different. False. Getting? But now suppose if I copy pizza B object in pizza A. Getting? Reference of B, if I copy in A, so will A refer here and this reference will go and B's reference will go in A. And now if I am comparing okay, pizza A with pizza B, will it give answer true or false?
True.
Because now their references are
Same.
same. Very good. You people have understood the concept. Okay? Hope it is clear. But now some may have a doubt. Like, if I don't want to compare the reference. I want to compare that object's value. I want to check whether the value of both the object is same or no. Whether this object and this object, do they have the same properties? And do they have same values in the property? Right? If they are two employee objects, this is one employee object, this is another employee object, this is having employee number, name, salary, joining date. Number, name, salary, joining date. So I want to check whether these both the objects, number is same, name is same, salary is same, joining date is same. Then you cannot use this equality operator. Then you have to use a method called equals. And we'll talk more about it in the later sessions, don't worry. But you have to call such equals method. So one object is calling it and another object is passed as an argument. Equals method will inside check the values of these both the objects. Will it check the reference of both the object? Means pizza 1 or pizza A dot equals and I am passing pizza B. So is this equals method, one is the invoker and one is the parameter. One is parameter, one is the invoker. Is this equals method going to check A reference and B reference, or will it check the value of A object and value of B object? Means will it check their memory content? Is the reference compared or their memory content is compared? Memory content. So if this is one pizza object, this is another pizza object, it's having properties like diameter of the pizza, the thickness of the pizza, then extra cheese, yes or no, toppings type. These are the properties of the pizza. So will it check whether this pizza and this pizza, diameter same, thickness same, toppings same, extra cheese, yes, no, here also yes, whatever. Will it compare the data of both the pizza object? Yes. Who? Equals. That time it doesn't check the reference, it checks the content. Okay? So I hope you got it. And it will return true or false. Okay? So till here I hope you people have understood. Yes or no, guys? Sure? All of you? So to quickly,
Yes,
to quickly recall, just remember, just to wind up, people, tell me if I am using relational operator less than, less than equal, greater than equal. That 4 can I apply on reference? No or yes? Reference means objects. Can I apply it on reference type?
No.
Quickly answer, guys. No. Less than
No.
equal, greater than equal. Okay. Can we apply it on reference? No. Can I apply on Boolean?
No.
No. Clear? Only on non-Boolean primitives. Clear? About this equality, inequality. Can I apply on primitives?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Can I apply on reference? Yes. But when you apply on reference,
Yes.
both should be reference or both should be primitive. And in that also, if both are primitive, both should be Boolean primitive or non-Boolean primitive. Okay? Hope it is clear. Then moving on to the next category, that is Boolean logical operators. Okay? Boolean logical operators. See here, 3 are binary and 1 is unary. Okay? One, that exclamation is unary and the other 3 are binary. Only the speciality of this operator is this 3, caret and an or. How the concept is that first I'll explain you. See here, guys. This caret, then and then or. Then we have one tilde operator and we have this not operator. The grouping is like this. Correct? See here. In this group, this 3 and not come, and in that group, this 3 and tilde come. How it is here? You can use in this group also and this group. In both the group, these 3 operators are there. Which 3 operators? Caret and or. Single or, single and this caret sign. That this 3 come in this group also and this group. Only the difference is, if this 3 are in this group, they are going to act as a bitwise operator. Okay? They will act as bitwise. Okay? Meaning, when this group is considered, they will be operated strictly on integral value. Integral means you got integral primitives. Means primitive also, but that too integral. Integral means whole numbers. Means it can be applied on char, byte, short, int, long. Float and double not allowed. Getting? And this category, when you consider, it is Boolean logical operator. You are understanding, guys, what I am trying to tell you? But tilde is strictly integer and not is strictly Boolean. Getting? Little bit confusing it may be. I'll try to clear it up. See here. Whenever you talk about not A strictly Boolean. When you talk about tilde A strictly integral. Integral means you got it, no? Whole number. Whole number. But when you are writing A and B, A or B, or A caret B, A and B can be both integral or both Boolean. Either they should be both Boolean or both integral. Means from this it is clear that this cannot be applied on float and double. Float double not applicable. Getting? Applicable only integral. That is byte, short, int, long, char. But both should be integral or both should be boolean. One boolean, one integral not allowed. So both boolean or both integral. Getting? So I hope you are understanding. So now tell me, when these three operators are applied on integral, it will be called as a bitwise operator. And if it is applied on boolean, then it is called as a boolean logical operator. Getting, guys? So the same operator we are going to study again in the next slide. At that context, what will be the data type of the operands? Common sense. Now we are talking about these operators. In which context? Boolean logical. Meaning now the operands are going to be what? Boolean. But can these operators be applied on integers also? Yes. But if it is applied on integers, that time it will act as?
Integral.
But they will be acting as which operators?
Bitwise.
Bitwise. Right? So I hope it is clear. So we will be discussing all that. So that is the speciality of this operator. But not is strictly for boolean. Tilde is strictly for integral. But these three are for integral also, boolean also. If both are integral, they will be called as bitwise. And if both are boolean, then if A and B are integral, then operators are called as bitwise. Okay, and if A and B are boolean, then operators are called as boolean logical. Is it right or no? Means, what did you observe from this? Can you tell me, guys, what conclusion you have got from this? That these three operators and, or, and not, these three operators can be applied on boolean also and integer also. If these three are applied on integer, they will act as a bitwise operator. And if these three are applied on boolean, then if these three are applied on boolean, then they will act as boolean logical. Getting, guys? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And this unary, tilde A is on integral. Here you cannot apply on boolean, and this cannot apply on integer. This is strictly boolean, this is strictly integer. Agreed? Okay? Then in some interviews, or commonly in many places, they ask, state the main difference between and two and. They ask like that, give me the difference between A and B and A double and B. Okay? They may ask that question. First point you have to remember, the first difference of both, first difference is here A and B both can be integral as well as boolean. Do you agree with me, guys? If they ask you question, give the difference between single and two and. 2 points you should remember. Bus, only that much is sufficient to answer in interview. Single and can be applied on integral also and boolean also. But two and can be applied only on boolean. Here A and B are allowed only as boolean. You understanding? So A and B means, tell me, if I write 5 and 6 and if I write true and false, are both valid? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. First case, it will behave as
Integral.
but
Bitwise.
bitwise operator. It will operate on integral, but it will behave as which operator? Bitwise. And in this case, it will act as
Boolean logic.
Boolean logical
Boolean
operator.
logic.
Clear? Boolean logical it is. I wrote logic. Okay. So it is Boolean logical and here it is bitwise. But tell me, if I try to do it on this short circuit operator, 2 and, this is called as logical ANDing. Here if I write phi double and 10, valid or invalid?
Invalid.
Yes. But if I write like phi less than 10 and 10 greater than 2, is it valid?
Yes.
Because the result of phi less than 10 is true. Don't tell me true or false, but it is Boolean. And 10 greater than 2 is Boolean. So can I apply on Boolean and Boolean? Yes, because here I have already stated. So what is the first point of difference? First point is when you use single AND, both the operands are integral also, Boolean also. But when you use 2 AND, both the operands are strictly supposed to be Boolean. Point 1. And second important point, understand guys, the second point, here A and B are fully evaluated, whereas here A and B are short circuit evaluated. Meaning what? I'll make it clear. Understanding guys? So in case of single AND, it is fully evaluated. Irrespective A is true or false, it is going to fully evaluate. Means see here guys, if I have written phi less than 2, single AND 10 greater than 2, getting? Will it evaluate phi less than 2 first? Yes, the answer is false. But now you know that in ANDing, when one is false, is the complete result false?
Yes.
But still it will evaluate both the things. Still it will evaluate 10 greater than 2. That is true, and then it will do the logical ANDing of false and true. This is false, this is true, and then false and true, whatever the answer is. You understanding guys? So what is in this case going to happen? Fully evaluation. Whereas in this case, it is short circuit evaluation. Meaning tell me, here in the same case, if I put 2 and if it is knowing the answer from the first part only, will it waste its time in evaluating the second part? That is only called as short circuit. Short circuit means current is flowing and suddenly it is stopped. Getting? So tell me, phi less than 2, from this only if it is able to take the decision, will it waste its time in evaluating 10 greater than 2? No. See here, as the operator is already 2 AND, so you know that in 2 AND, when any of this is false, the answer is false. So tell me if the first part is coming false. Okay? So will it go and check whether 10 is greater than 2 or will it directly announce the answer as false?
Directly announce the answer.
Yes. Why it is? Because the evaluation is short circuit evaluation. Short circuit evaluation means it doesn't evaluate both the operands fully. It only evaluates the left hand operand and on its result it decides. Okay? It decides whether to evaluate the second part or no. Getting or no? So tell me, if suppose the first part is coming true, then will it proceed to the second part?
Yes.
If this, because it is AND. So in AND, if first is true, so it has to check whether the second is also true or no. But in ANDing, the first part was already false, so it is no meaning to check the second part. Directly it announces the result as false. So I hope you got it, the fully evaluation and the short circuit evaluation. Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
Clear? So if they ask, state the difference between single AND and two AND. So what are the two main points you'll tell? If they ask single AND and two AND, A single AND B, A two AND B, quickly tell me.
A single and B both are integral as well as Boolean. Double
Yes,
and
point one.
are allowed only as Boolean.
First point, point one. Operands, integral also, Boolean also, both allowed for single AND. Two AND operands strictly Boolean. Point one. Point two, some other person tell, some other student tell. Point one, she told.
A and B are fully evaluated in single and A and B are short evaluated in double and.
Short circuit evaluated. Clear? Okay. So fully evaluated means you got it. It evaluates the left side also, right side also, both, and then take the decision. Whereas two and short circuit evaluation meaning it will only evaluate the first part, and on its result it will decide whether to go to the second part or not. Okay, so I hope you got it. Now I'll just tell you in this context. Now in this context, what will be the data type of these operands? Currently we are discussing whatever. So in the current discussion, the operands are of which data type?
Boolean.
Boolean. And later in the next slide, we'll be learning the same operators, but that time the data type will be
Integral.
integral. So that time I'll be teaching you as bitwise. Okay, now they are Boolean logical. Okay, so I'll just quickly give their truth table. Like if this is A, this is B, possible value of A is false, B is false, A is false, B is true, A is true, B is false, and both are true. Getting? So what will be not A? What will be A and B? What will be A or B? And what will be A XOR B? Now, not A. So A is false. The answer is true. Answer is true. Answer is false. Answer is false. Not of A. So A is false, therefore true. True, therefore false. ANDing. Will it be false? Will it be false? Will it be false? Will it be true? In case of ANDing, when both are true, the result is true. ANDing, when both are true, the result is true. When any one of them is false, the result is false. In case of ORing, when at least one is true, the result is true. So in all three cases, is it true? False, true, true, false, true, true. In all three true, here false. In case of XORing, when both are having same Boolean value, it is false. And when they have different Boolean value, it is true. Getting? Same Boolean value. False, false, true, true. Therefore false. But when they have different Boolean value, one is false, another is true. One is true, another is false. So it is true. Agreed? Hope it is clear. Right, guys? Now about this, we will be doing, we will read the slides about this in the next session, and then we will be talking about bitwise operator. Getting? Then only shift operator remain, and then the operators will be completed. Okay? Okay. So for today's session, we will stop, guys.